Hey guys, welcome to Shift and Surge. The Thunderbird was launched in 2002 and was Royal Enfield's cruiser motorcycle. This is now replaced by the Royal Enfield Meteor, which was very prevalent by just the looks of it. But underneath all this, the bike is completely new and made from grounds up in efforts by RE India and RE UK. The engine is the most refreshing part of the update, and you can go as much as stating that there are little to no vibrations at all, which is a step forward in the right direction. The bike is named the Meteor from an earlier RE cruiser motorcycle from the late 1952 called the Meteor. Also, because Triumph owns the trademark for the Thunderbird name in most parts of the world, and RE is now catering to a global audience. So how does this new motorcycle perform in the real world? Does it have any similarities to its replaced counterpart? Let's find out. The motorcycle on the first glance has that retro classic appeal to it, and it is executed quite well. It comes in 3 variants, and what we have here is the Stella variant, the middle one, in matte black. And man, does it look good. You can also build your own bike from the RE website, which has numerous accessories and colors on offer. And the delivery process has been sped up as well. And I should say this, it looks like a Harley Davidson, especially from the back, but doesn't seem a copy though, and has its own personal charm to it, like all Royal Enfields do. It's very good to look at, especially with the right colors, and seems well packed and put together. So, a solid job on Royal Enfield's behalf. Speaking of solid jobs, make sure to subscribe, like, comment, and share the video. Or you can do any one of these and do us a solid. Thank you. So, the engine. First and foremost, the vibration is gone, or is very slightly prevalent, thanks to improvements and addition of a balancer shaft to even out the vibrations. The engine is much more refined now and is very tractable and fun to ride on. The 20 bhp and 27 Nm of torque on offer are delivered to you in a very usable manner, and there is a lot of lower end torque on offer. And staying loyal to its predecessor, it's the mid-range that has the most punch, whilst the top, although does have power on offer, isn't as punchy. The gearbox is precise. I haven't had any false neutrals, and in most cases, you know when a gear falls. And like I said, it is precise. But if we are nitpicking, I would say that it could have been a bit more tactile for usage, as in provide that satisfying clicky feel with every gear. That would have just added to the experience. Otherwise, the engine is very tractable and you can hold low speeds at even the 5th gear, something even as low as 35 km per hour. So riding in the city is no problem at all. The motorcycle can reach 3-digit speeds at even the 4th gear. The 5th gear is just to hold the speed in place while touring, so a 6th gear didn't really seem necessary. Exhaust note is bassy and meaty with a single note and is undoubtedly identifiable as a Royal Enfield. But this sounds more refined when compared to the earlier motorcycles. Apart from the stock one, you also have several other road legal exhausts on offer, which you can fit the bikes with. The wires are all tagged together neatly, the emblem looks great, and there are loads of Royal Enfield branding on the motorcycle. Switchgear quality is good. The brake and clutch levers are big, and although the clutch is on the firmer side, it is easy to use. It's also important to note that you do not get a slipper clutch, which could have been a good addition. You do get a USB charging port to charge your phone, as it can be used as a secondary screen whilst using that Tripper navigation on offer, which by the way is great to use and on point. It shows no other notifications from your phone, thus keeping you distraction free on your touring. Headlights are halogen units and are decently powerful. You will only have to upgrade or add auxiliary lights if you travel a lot at night. Otherwise, this should hold fine in terms of the spread and visibility. The main instrument console has your speedo, 2 trip meters, fuel level indicator, gear shift indicator, and 2 trip meters, which are accessed by the button on the left handlebar. This is a thoughtful placement. What it doesn't get though are the tachometer and the fuel range indicator, which would have been functional additions. Distance to empty isn't present inherently in the cluster, but once the fuel level is less than 5 liters, a low fuel trip meter is triggered, which goes on until you refuel the motorcycle over the 5 liter mark. Fuel tank capacity is at 15 liters and should do fine. The motorcycle has a rated mileage of 41.88 kilometers per liter, and you will get around 35 kilometers per liter plus or minus 5 kilometers based on how you ride the motorcycle. This is a good figure and you should have no issues here. The accelerator is tactile and you will get a good feel of the motorcycle. With all those functions, now, how well are they put on the road and how well are they handled? Suspension is on the firmer side, so low speeds on smaller bumps, you will feel them. Speed up and they even out. Large potholes on the other hand are felt. But this setup keeps the bike well handled and in control on the road. Tires are either seat or MRF. I have the seat ones here and they offer great grip. No complaints here. The huge brakes on offer are progressive in nature and do not offer a sharp bite initially unless pushed hard, which is a good thing because a sharp bite in a heavy bike will not necessarily lead to a very good end in situations of panic. And since this bike is not just aimed towards the expert of riders, it is a well thought out decision by Royal Enfield. The wide handlebars make the bike easy to handle even in city traffic and does well to reduce its cornering radius, thus improving maneuverability. Talking of maneuverability, will its weight make it difficult to handle? Although the weight has gone down 5 kilos at 191 kilos, this is undoubtedly a heavy bike. But that weight is well distributed and you can flick it with relative ease for a cruiser motorcycle. The bike is wide and parts are extended to the side, so you can only corner at a small angle before the bike starts scraping on the road. So be wary of that. Seat height is low and can even be lowered with a seat accessory. This makes it easy for even the shorter of us to handle it with confidence. Riding it inside the city, of course, it will feel heavier than your everyday motorcycle, but the weight distribution, the wheelbase, the longer handlebar, refined engine, among others, makes it far easier than before, and you will have no issues using the bike every day in this regard. Heat is generated when riding in the city, but not to the extent where it was uncomfortable when I was in my jean. But if you're used to wearing shorts, you will feel the heat. The weight also makes better the straight line stability of the motorcycle, and you will feel in charge riding at higher speeds. Speaking of higher speeds, like I said, the engine is ages better than the last one. While the earlier ones had vibrations creeping up at a very low speed, this one can cruise at speeds of 90 to 110 comfortably with little to no vibrations at all. This feels incredible. A Royal Enfield that feels like a Royal Enfield with no vibrations at all. This is a superb feat. Hats off to the Royal Enfield team. So, comfort. The rider seats are nice and wide and are very comfortable. The footrests are present up front, which presents a very comfortable position, especially while touring. The rear seats are also comfortable and the backrest just adds to this. But I do feel that the backrest is protruding a bit into the rear seat and this could have been bettered. The pillion foot position though is placed to the back and doesn't make you very comfortable during hard braking where you have to shift your weight towards there. This could also have been improved. Other than that, the handlebars are in a very comfortable position to hold. It's a laid back seating position overall and it's great. Service intervals are 500 kilometers for the first service and 5000 kilometers or 6 months later, or whichever is earlier. Royal Enfield offers warranty and extended warranties on the bike and also provides free services, which is great. The general service cost, including the labor, will cost you around 2 to 2.5 thousand rupees, which is about the norm for a Royal Enfield motorcycle. On the whole, the motorcycle is much more refined, vibration free, comfortable to ride, easy to ride, has easy everyday usability. It can handle the occasional off-roading as long as you don't get too carried away and too deep into it, and doesn't really have a flaw unless you are really nitpicking for them. If you have ridden a Royal Enfield before and are skeptical because of the vibrations it did and to the amount that it could be improved, well, you have to really take a test ride of this vehicle, and I am pretty sure this will change your mind, which is saying something. Between this and the Himalayan, if you have the budget for one vehicle that you wish to use for office rides and other purposes, then this one would suit your purpose better. This is the perfect cruising motorcycle for touring, everyday city usage, and occasional off-roading. You most certainly cannot go wrong as long as you make an informed decision on the purchase of this motorcycle. Well, that wraps up this comprehensive review of the Royal Enfield Meteor 350. Make sure you support the channel by subscribing, liking, sharing, and commenting on this video. This helps the channel a lot. Thank you for watching. Happy riding to you all. Catch you in the next one.